Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to our new lesson of Mega Goal 4. Today, inshallah, we are going to take a new lesson on your workbook, page 25. But before starting the new lesson, I wanted to check the homework I gave you before in the last lesson. So, my dear students, I want you to open on page 24. At first, I want you to open on this page to check the homework. Then we can go to page 25 to take a new lesson related to or about reading. Okay. Now, my dear students, I want you to look carefully at these questions I gave you before, and I want you to finish all these sentences using present or past participle as an adjective, or get plus adjective, or get plus past participle, or then the comparative, as I told you before. So I will show you the answers, and I want you to pay attention and keep your answers. If there are anything wrong, I want you to replace them with the right ones. Okay, good. Let's start. As you see, my dear students, the answers may be different. يعني زي ما انتم شايفين كده الإجابات ممكن تختلف، يعني ممكن تكون أنت كاتب إجابات مختلفة عن اللي هتشوفها على الشاشة. أوكي، ولكن يعني إحنا بناخد أمثلة على أساس إن إحنا نشوف هل إحنا جاوبنا بطريقة صحيحة. Okay, now my dear students, let's go to another exercise on the same page, exercise G. I want you to because I want you to participate me to answer this exercise. طبعا كلكم هتشاركوا معايا بقى، الناس هتشارك معايا في التدريب اللي بعد كده اللي هو exercise G. As you see here, he says complete the conversation with the phrases from the box. He gave us some phrases, some words, and wants us to complete this conversation between Adnan and Fahd using these phrases. So, my dear students, I want two students. One will be Adnan and the other will be Fahd to read this conversation and complete the sentences. Who can be Adnan and who can be Fahd? تمام. معانا يزيد ومعانا ليث. اوكي اتفضل يا يزيد.
Yes, Mr.
Good morning Yazid.
Good morning, Mr.
With us ليث. اتفضل يا ليث.
Yes, Masar.
Good morning ليث.
Good morning, Masar.
Yazid, I want you to read each sentence related to Adnan. I want you to be Adnan, okay?
Okay.
Laith, I want you to be Fahd and read each sentence related to this person, okay?
Okay, Masar.
Okay.
اللي هو أدنان.
لا، هو عدنان هيبقى يزيد. فهد هيبقى ليث.
تمام تمام.
اوكي. طبعا احنا مش هنقول الاسماء بقى، يعني خلاص احنا عرفنا كده ان يزيد هو عدنان وليث هو فهد. اوكي اوكي. ليتس ستارت. يلا يا يزيد ابدا.
Hey Fahad,
اتفضل يا ليث.
طيب. What's up عدنان؟
not much. Are you ready to go? It's going to be a killer game.
جاوب.
الاجابه يعني الاجابه هنضع الجواب واحنا بنقرا كده.
تمام. I know, I am so excited. Wait, where Ali? I thought he was coming with us.
Nah, all I didn't feel like going. Has been a bit down lately. He says all the studying is cheer him up. No, no, getting to him.
والإجابة إيش؟
Getting to him.
getting to okay, getting
تمام.
to him. Okay.
طب that's too bad. Maybe we can go and cheer him up. I will tell him some jokes.
That's great idea.
Actually, I have a good one.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. Two men are talking. The first man says, "My cat has no news." The second man asks, "How does it smell?" And the first man replies, "Terrible." Do you got it?
Yeah, of course I got it. That was fun. You blow me away, Fahad. Where do you get this joke?
To tell you the truth, I look them up on the internet.
Maybe I do either not know. Come on, let's go cheer up Ali.
Okay, excellent, excellent, Yazid, excellent, Laith. I'd like to thank you for your reading and for your answers. Okay, thanks a lot, Yazid. Thanks a lot, Laith. برافو عليكم يا شباب. طيب يعني بشكركم على القراءة الجيدة والإجابات الجميلة. برافو عليكم. طيب now my dear students, let's go to the page we are going to take for today. I want you to open your workbook on page 24 and follow me to know all the answers or all the information we are going to take. And I want you to pay attention because we are going to discuss some points related to the lesson of today, okay? It's about reading as you see. طبعا هو النص عن موضوع قراءة. As you see here, he wants you to read the article, then match the words and definitions. Okay. طبعا احنا هنقرأ النص وهنتناقش في بعض النقاط أو بعض الأسئلة. وبعد انتهاء الدرس أو النص في 3 أسئلة هنعرضهم على الشاشة. وطبعا في غرفة هتدخلوها هظهر لكم أنا الكود في آخر الدرس. هظهر الكود. هتعملوا له عملية مسح بالجوال. طبعا كلنا عندنا أكيد قارئ الأكواد ده موجود معانا على الجوال. هنعمل عملية مسح للكود اللي أنا هظهره، وبعد ما نمسح الكود هيدخلنا الغرفة اللي هنحل فيها الأسئلة. يعني هتبقوا موجودين معايا وأنا هعرض شريحة الأسئلة. هتبدأوا تحلوا من عندكم. هيظهر عندي أنا مباشرة الإجابات الصحيحة والنتيجة والدرجة وكل شيء. خلاص يا شباب، يبقى كلنا كده يبقى جاهز عندنا اللي هو قارئ الأكواد، ونبقى مستعدين ونركز في الدرس على أساس إن إحنا في 3 نقاط في نهاية الدرس هنبدأ نتناقش فيهم أو هنبدأ نحلهم زي ما أنا قلت لكم كده. وهنعرض الكود اللي هيدخلكم الغرفة، وطبعا ده رقم الغرفة اللي انتم شايفينه في أعلى الشاشة اللي أنا مؤشر عليه بالماوس كده. ده الكود، كلاس كود. تمام. ده هندخل عليه أو لما نعمل عملية مسح للباركود هيطلب مننا الكود ده هنضيفه، وبعد كده نكتب اسمنا ثلاثي وهيفتح معانا الاختبار أو الأسئلة اللي احنا عاملينها على الدرس. طيب عشان ما نضيعش وقت نبدأ كده درسنا اليوم. As you see my dear students, this is a lesson about reading. He wants us to read the article, then match the words and definition. Okay. Now I want a student to start reading. طيب يعني قبل موضوع القراءة في الطالب اللي هو داخل بآيفون. يعني أنا شايف في طالب معانا مكتوب ايباد حسين. يا ريت يعني غير اسمك، اخرج وغير اسمك، بدل ما هو ايباد حسين يعني اكتب اسمك ايه بالكامل، يعني على اساس ان انت تبقى موجود معانا وظاهر معانا باسمك كامل، نقدر ان احنا نتواصل معاك ونبقى عارفين يعني مين الشخص اللي معاك. تمام. يعني انا هبعتك اهوت لغرفة الانتظار على اساس ان انت تخرج وتعدل امورك وتدخل مرة تانية. طيب اتفضل يا عمر. عمر محمد.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning, Omar. Good morning, my dear student. Omar, I want you to start reading from the beginning. I want you to start reading from here, how to write a funny joke.
Okay. Uh, how to write a funny joke. In order to learn how to write a funny joke that will make people laugh, you first need to consider what makes a joke funny. One common type of joke is one that shows the irony of situation. This is when the listener's assumption about the world are the opposite of the reality in the joke. In addition, you will need to consider your audience. You will get more laughs over different types of jokes with your friends at school than you will with your grandparents. The setting up your jokes is important. The setup should tell the audience who the characters are also. If it's relevant, it should tell us where and when the joke is happening. Next, the joke should go on to explain the details of the situation. Be careful not to make your joke too long or too confusing. Keep it simple and stick to the point. Also, effective jokes have easy ways to differentiate the characters, like the first man and the second man, or the father mouse and the young mouse. The punch line. The first rule in writing a good joke is that every joke needs a punch uh, line and more importantly a punch word to make the audience laugh. The punch line turns the idea the idea of the joke. Suddenly, the audience can see that their assumptions are different than the reality of the situation in the joke. In a well-written joke, the punch line is the last line of the joke, and the punch word is the last word of the punch line. This is important because otherwise people don't know when to laugh. They will start to laugh, but then stop because they will think that the joke isn't over yet.
Okay,
Looking at
okay. Thanks a lot, Omar. I want to give the opportunity to another student to complete reading. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Now let's give the mic to another student. Let's give the mic to Yusuf Fadel. اتفضل يا يوسف.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning, Yusuf. Yusuf, start reading from here, from looking at a job.
Okay. Looking at the joke. Now let's look at the joke about the parrot as a 10th lecture. It's on the first page of Unit 9 of your student book. The joke starts. A student with a parrot on his shoulder leaves the lecture theater. Another student follows him. This gives us a clear picture of who the characters are. A student, a parrot, and another student. Where the characters are outside the lecture theater. And when it is taking place after the lecture, the joke continues. He stops him and says, I'm sorry to bother you, but I have to say, I was astonished by your parrot's remarkable reaction to the lecture on ancient history. He seemed frightened at the frightening parts, sad at the depressing parts, fascinated at the interesting parts. and amused at the funny parts. I could even swore I even heard it laugh. I have to say, I was amazed. Don't you find it surprising? Yes, he replies. I was very surprised. This is the body of the joke. It explains what happened. The parrot was listening to lecture and seemed to understand it. It also gives us a clear picture of the other student's assumption, which is likely shared by the audience. The parrot shouldn't be able to understand lectures. The student question, don't you find it surprising, indicates that he assumes the student with the parrot will agree with him. And when she says, I was very surprised, it seems to be confirmed. The joke finishes, he hated the class. He hates the class is a punchline, and class is a punch word. By mentioning the word class, the audience knows the parrot can attend class, and the student thinks it's normal. The juxtaposes the assumption of the listener with the reality of the situation, which in turn makes the audience laugh.
Okay, okay. Thanks a lot, Yusuf. Thanks for you. Thanks a lot. Now, my dear students, after reading this about how to write a funny joke, I want to ask you some questions. I want you to write some questions and I want you to give me the answers. Okay, good. Now I will show you a board and I will write some words on this board and I want you to give me the answers. Okay, good. Okay, the first question is question number one is what do we need when we want to write a job. Huh. I want a student to answer this question after reading the text about how to write a funny joke. Huh. What do we need when we want to write a joke? Huh. Who can give me the answer to this question? يلا يا شباب الناس اللي موجودين معانا كده. طيب كده ليث ومعانا عمر رفعوا يدهم. طب الباقي احنا معانا يعني متجاوزين ال 37 طالب، يعني ممكن يكون 40 طالب او كده. يلا يا شباب. طيب اتفضل يا ليث.
Yes, Mr. أول شيء Mr. makes jokes simple, not longer jokes.
Excellent, excellent. يبقى to make the joke funny, we have to make it simple, not long.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh?
Oh, بس Mr. Because audience can understand the simple jokes.
Excellent, excellent. يبقى we have to make the joke funny, and we have to أو the joke have to be the irony of a situation, have to be an irony of a situation, and must be simple, not short, not long. Okay.
And Mr. We should tell the audience what the character or who the character
Okay.
in the passage. So
This is on the setup. I will ask you a question related to this part. But I
yes, Mr. Okay.
thank you, Leif, for your answer. Thanks a lot. برافو عليك يا ليث. يبقى to make the joke more funny, we have to make it short, not long, simple, not difficult. And the joke is one that shows the irony of a situation. So when the listener's assumption about the world are the opposite of the reality in the joke, okay? And you will need to consider your audience. طبعا لازم نضع في حسباننا الايه الجمهور ايضا، الناس اللي بتسمعنا. Okay. طيب, now my dear students, I want to ask you another question related to this reading text. Okay, let's go to question number 2. Question number 2 is, why is the setup important? Why is the setup important? طيب اتفضل يا عمر. عمر, why is the setup important?
Because the setup should tell the audience who the characters are meanings.
Good, good. Who are يعني the setup should tell the audience who the characters are، يعني من يكون هو من هم الشخصيات اللي موجودة. تمام. Okay, good, excellent. There is something else.
Yes, and it should tell us where and when the joke is happening.
Okay, this is another thing. We should know where and when the joke is happening. And what?
And yeah, it's relevant.
Okay, the joke must be relevant and explain the details of the situation. Okay, لازم طبعا ان احنا نوضح ونفسر تفاصيل الموقف يعني. تمام. اوكي برافو عليك يا عمر. Thanks a lot. برافو برافو. Thanks a lot. Thanks for you عمر. طيب. Okay, my dear students, I want to write another question about the reading text. I want you to pay attention and give me the answer, okay? Okay. Question number 3. Where is the punch line in the well-known or well-written joke? Okay. And where is the punch word? Okay, I want a student to tell me the answer or answers for these questions. Who can answer? يلا يا شباب الناس اللي معانا. Where is the punch line in the well-written job? And where is the punch word? اوكي ايوان، اتفضل يا ايوان.
Okay, so the punchline is the last line of the joke, and the punch word is the last word of the punchline.
Excellent, excellent. But the punch line is in the last line of the joke, and the punch word is in the last is on the last of the last word of the punch line. برافو عليك، ممتاز. Excellent, excellent. Okay, thanks, Iwan. Thanks, my dear students. Now I want you to answer some questions related to the lesson we took today. So I want you to look carefully at this barcode. كلنا كده هننظر للباركود اللي انا هعرضه دلوقتي على الشاشة يا شباب. طبعا كلنا يعني هنبدأ نعمل عملية مسح للباركود. ثانية واحدة. Okay, my dear students, this is the first question about the lesson we took today. I want you to look carefully at this question, and I want you to look carefully at this code. I want you to use your mobile phone to enter this room. هنستخدم كلنا طبعا الجوال وهنمسح الباركود ده، ويا ريت بسرعة كده يا شباب. الباركود ظاهر على الشاشة، هنبدأ نعمل عملية مسح للباركود. هيدخلنا على الغرفة. طيب هيطلب مننا رقم الغرفة وبعد كده الاسم. طبعا رقم الغرفة موجود عندنا على الشاشة من فوق اهو. تمام، عندنا يوسف دخل، يوسف فاضل، برافو يا يوسف. تمام، هنكتب طبعا هندخل رقم الغرفة وبعد كده الاسم زي يوسف ما عمل كده. يلا بسرعة، بسرعة عشان هبدأ الاختبار. يوسف، انا كده لسه ما فيش معايا غير يوسف. فين ليث؟ طيب وفي عمر محمد دخل، برافو عليك يا عمر. يلا يا حبايبي يلا اسرعوا. تمام كده معانا يوسف وعمر. فين ليث؟ الباركود موجود يا شباب اهو قدامنا، كلنا نمسحه. هيطلب مننا رقم الغرفة والاسم فقط، وبعدين ندخل الكلاس هنبدأ نحل الأسئلة. هفتح لكم أنا السؤال وتحلوه. يلا عشان معانا 3 أسئلة. فين ليث وفين أسامة وفين عمرو وفين الناس اللي موجودة معانا وفين يزيد ضيف الله. طيب نبدأ كده لعند ما زملائكم تدخل. ريان دخل، تمام. هو المفترض كل الفصل يدخل، كل الناس اللي موجوده معانا في الحصه المفترض انها بتدخل معانا دلوقتي الاختبار على الدرس اللي احنا اخذناه اليوم. يلا يا شباب. طيب هنبدا دلوقتي الاختبار، وكل اللي هيدخل هيختار الاجابه الصحيحه من الاجابات اللي معروضه على الشاشه. طبعا السؤال the word audience means. I want to know the meaning of this word. Be a sign of, guess, put beside, contrast, or people that are listening or watching. Okay, now let's start. أنا دلوقتي دخل أحمد ياسين، برافو يا أحمد. تمام. طيب هنبدأ دلوقتي الاختبار، والناس كلها تدخل وتبدأ تحل ونشوف الإجابة الصحيحة. يلا يا شباب، كده المفترض ان معانا الايه، السؤال اهوت معروض او شغال. Okay. Okay, my dear students, now let's see the answers. Good. Excellent. Excellent. برافو عليكم يا شباب. يبقى كده الإجابة اللي هي إجابة عمر، يوسف، أحمد، ليث، ريان، إجابات صحيحة. ممتاز. برافو عليكم يا شباب. برافو. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Now let's go to another question number 2. Okay, this is your answer. طبعا دي اجابتكم اللي انتم جاوبتوها يا شباب، برافو عليكم. تمام. The word audience means people that are listening or watching. Okay, now let's go to question number 2. This is question number 2. Be a sign of is the definition of. The definition of what? I want you to choose from these words. Okay? Okay. Let's start. يلا نبدأ كده. Okay, my dear students, now let's see your answers. Okay. The right answer is answer letter B. Okay. طبعا عمر محمد هو اللي اختار B، وبرافو عليك يا عمر، إجابة صحيحة. طبعا احنا عندنا يزيد اختار C، ولكن للأسف إجابة خاطئة. وعندنا ريان اختار الإجابة دي، وبرضه إجابة خاطئة. Okay, now let's see the answer, my dear students. Okay, as you see, for question number 2, be a sign of is the definition of indicate. Okay, okay. Now let's go to the last question, question number 3. I want you to look carefully at this question, and I want you to answer it in a correct way. Okay, I want you to think carefully, then choose the right answer. Okay, let's start. Okay, and now let's see the right answer, my dear students. Excellent, excellent. 6 طلاب او الطلاب كلها جاوبت الاجابه الاولى اللي هي A. برافو عليكم يا شباب، يوسف واحمد وليث ويزيد وعمرو وعمر، برافو عليكم، اجابه صحيحه. Excellent. Now let's see the answer, my dear students.